Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zu einem weiteren Part Let's Play Fake Order. Wir haben einen neuen Tag und ein neues Event. Wir sind hier im SafeAmazones.com CEO Crisis Event 2022. Wir müssen hier mit dem unglaublichen, ist Jeff Bose, wenn man so genau anschauen, könnte sein, müssen wir hier was auch immer machen, liebe Leute. Amazones sie jetzt hier retten. Wir müssen Wohnungen suchen, schauen, das werden wir hier gleich mal rausfinden, was uns hier genau erwartet. Zumindest ist das ein Tower-Event. Wir dürfen nicht auf Support-Service zugreifen, was natürlich ganz interessant sein könnte. Und ich würde einfach mal nur sagen, ohne viel zu schwafeln, schauen wir mal, was uns hier erwartet. Unser gelangweilter Magic-Schaut an. Oh mein Gott, dann was da kommen wir ja schon wieder rein. Und ich würde mal sagen, genau das, meine guten Freunde, finden wir nun heraus. Event Quest Prolog. Zumindest der Kurs steigt, der Amazon-Kurs, unaufhaltsam. Und ich hoffe, der Amazones-Kurs sieht genauso gut aus. Müssen wir glatt investieren, oder? Alright, let's get this interrogation started, shall we? We're gonna end up spilling the beans anyways, so I suggest you do so sooner rather than later, if you know what's good for you. You've got it all wrong. I'm totally innocent. I really didn't do anything. Does this mean I get to say the thing that I said? It was all the rage a while ago, yeah? Hang on, just give me a second. Are you sure about that? Fu. Seeing how flustered she is makes me think she might actually not be lying. Really? You believe me, Matsunyata? I know I could count on you. But if she really didn't do anything, then how did this happen? True. This might be an incredible minute case as far as these things go, but that doesn't mean we can overlook the threat it possesses. It could be some old skeleton in a figurative closet that needs to be aired out. Let's go over that again. Oh mein Gott, das ist die Magic Castle. Leute, wenn ihr euch noch erinnert an das Halloween-Event. And I thought I'd have to see that side again. There is a Chesed Pyramid Magic Castle. No, seriously, why is it still there? I thought it already had disappeared. That's what we thought too, but for whatever reason it's back now. So, like I said, it really is an incredible minute singularity. It probably is some kind of aftershock from the Chesed singularity, but it doesn't explain why it's showing up back now. At first I thought someone might have brought it back intentionally. I keep telling you, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything. The thing is, we already interrogated Elizabeth and Cleopatra, and they both came out clean. So if you don't have any idea what's going on either, well, I'm not sure what to try next. If there's no culture to be found, perhaps you could try framing one. And back up, and you mean me, right? I mean, where else could it be? Abführen. Führ sie ab. Yikes, I know he's only talking, but that's still scared the chicken out of me. Looks like we just have to go there and investigate it directly. If you don't mind, that'd be great. But I'm afraid the routine access still maintains, so I'm going to have Mesh stay here and help me out instead. I'm sorry I can't go with you this time, Senpai. Okay, I see how it is. When I'd rather just hunker down in my room, I suppose I can go with you. Besides, the idea of my old castle popping up out of nowhere like this is a little, no, make that really creepy. Seriously, what's going on here? If somebody's behind us, who could it be? I didn't think anyone besides us knew that castle existed. If you're willing to go along with Senpai, that would be a big relief, thank you. Oh, come to think of it, what about Director Goredofl and Shion? Should we let them know about this? Nee, liebe Leute, dieses Event hat doch nur Abschluss für Yuki. Da braucht man solche Charaktere nicht aus den Lostbelts. In this case, I think we can just go ahead with and ask them to sign off on it later. They're both on break right now, and something tells me that involving them with the incident could finally push them off the edge. I totally get that. So since we know for sure the singularity is not dangerous, I take responsibility for the ray shift. Alright guys, keep your wits about you, and you'll see you when you get back. Good luck. Übrigens, also ich meine, wir haben ja schon gesehen hier, die werte Penthesilea hier zu sehen wird. Und die war ja in dem letzten Abschnitt des Events ebenfalls. Wir haben ja nur den dritten Teil hier gespielt. Und da ist sie ja dann am Ende aufgetaucht und hat dann hier Pakete gebracht für unsere Kabine. You know, in a weird way, it almost feels like coming home. Ja, leider ist ja das 4. Halloween ausgefallen hier mit Halloween. Und Ellie. You think? Well, I guess I do remember it pretty well. Besides putting our fingers that happened then aside, this is still where you and I first met. Looks like the ray shift went off without a hitch. Are you seeing anything unusual nearby also Gebiet? Naja, ein Schloss, wo eine Pyramide, wo noch ein Schloss drauf ist, wenn das reicht. Und vielleicht ist hier noch riesen Mecha-Ellie-Chan. I don't think so. Wait, Matson, over there, there's someone here. Oh, it's you two. Penthesilea? No, it's not. Fufu? Of course I remember you. I never forgot the customer face. Long time no see. If you do not remember me, let me remind you. I own the epoch-making space retailer that ships anything anywhere in the Seventh. With a single click and a blink of the eye, I am the Amazonas.com. CEO! Ich möchte bitte eine negative Bewertung abgeben. Haben wir eine negative Bewertung abgeben und weiterschauen. Okay, man, Ricardo, ich meine, irgendwie ist das alles seltsam und strange und irgendwie wird das wahrscheinlich ein furchtbar seltsames Abenteuer, aber hey, was soll man tun? Ich will ein bisschen Ricky-Action haben. Warte mal, ich brauche eigentlich Bibi gar nicht. Fällt mir gerade auf. Nö, wenn sie da braucht. Ach, von mir ist du was rein, komm. So, wird schon schief gehen. Dalweber. Und dann schauen wir mal. The CEO of Amazonas, what are you doing here? Oh, it's you. Thank you for using Amazonas.com. I wouldn't say it's that constant. I know I bought a lot of stuff when I was living here, but your site doesn't load constantly for me in Chaldea. It doesn't? I haven't seen reports about connectivity issues. The website team must be slacking off. I'll have to see what they are severe disciplined. I knew about her from that database, but it's very different seeing her in person. Just like in my big Mies notes. They said she's another one of those mysterious hero types who are not supposed to think too hard about. And it looks like they were right on the money. I remember you very well, Miss CEO. So, may I ask what brings you here? Yeah, did someone else order something from you guys? I'm afraid the answer to this inquiry is somewhat complicated. Normally, I would invite you all to my press conference room where I could give you a proper presentation complete with counterpoint slides. Counterpoint. Was soll das sein? But under the current circumstances, I'm afraid the best I can do is provide a verbal rundown. That's okay. You see, I'm grappling with something of an issue at the moment. You could even say this is something of a company-wide crisis. What seems to be the problem? I will lost one of my prized Amazonas employees. It's gone! Yikes, Crazy actually seems to be underselling it. Well, guess another .com bits the dust. I'm sorry, when you say gone, what exactly do you mean? Exactly what I said. They're gone. I have no idea where they went, and I've had no luck in contacting them. This is what happens when you overwork your employees. It's not that! I'm certain they are neither striking nor defect the other company. I've always been gracious enough to let them rest until they wake up whenever they collapse from exhaustion. What more could they possibly want of our perfect employee welfare program? I've heard of toxic workplace before, but yours takes the cake. Oh please, don't misunderstand. Both myself and my employers receive gratitude from certified customer in the form of magic energy particles, which we then convert into the resources we need to operate their servants. Rest assured, my employers are well compensated and their working conditions up to code. Oh, really? Incidentally, we received a great deal of gratitude energy from the servant rustic planet as well. Thank you for your continued patronage. I swear I never know how seriously to take anything having to do with the Servantverse. This may have been the work of some nefarious corporate headhunter. I certainly have no end of rival companies, bereft of good PR with who view Amazonas.com explosive growth with envy. You know, it feels like no sooner has my CEO Morningstar tried than I have to go get it again. I'm just going to try not to think too hard about what that means. It means to go around beating my rival companies, city. I'm not listening. So I figured the employee were being held captive somewhere then. Right, every Amazon who works for me is a fearsome warrior capable of withstanding the most arduous delivery loads. I cannot imagine they would be easily beaten in a battle, but I also cannot think of any other explanation for this strange incident. So I've been looking for them, even as I continue to make my own deliveries, but not to avail. But then I was struck by a brilliant innovative insight. Since this incident is so strange, I would never find my employees by looking for them anywhere normal. By definition, strange incidents occur in strange places. Super Devise. And as far as I know, this building right there is the strangest place in the entire galaxy. So I used an all-to-order slip to track down its location and came here in search of my employees. It wasn't me. Really, I didn't even know this place was here until a little while ago. I thought, after all, I guess it's possible somebody else could have used my old castle to keep your employees prisoner. I already searched the entire interior, but unfortunately my employees were nowhere to be found here either. I'm not picking up anything on our instruments either. Just its pyramid Himeji castle is definitely deserted now. To be honest, I'm at a loss as what to do next. I haven't been in such a tight spot since that hostile takeover bid I received from a rival fishing goods company back when I first founded Amazonas. I managed to get out of a dilemma with a CEO Morningstar that was twice as heavy as a normal one. Hey, are we sure the CEO in a title doesn't stand for Chief Execution Officer? But I cannot use some solution to find my employees, and there are only so many deliveries I can make on my own. At this point, our delivery pipeline is severely bottlenecked, and Amazonas.com may never recover from this hit to its reputation. The only way to salvage this is to find my employees ASAP, or to employ others in their stead. What? I've got it. I have sworn never to resort to outsourcing, but the only constant in this world is change. And being able to flexibly adapt to the needs of the times is the mark of the first-rate CEO. Which brings me to my next question. Would any of you be interested in becoming official Amazonas.com delivery person subcontractors? As I recall, you have a giant robot on hand, correct? The one whose ownership remains unclear? It doesn't have to be the giant robot, of course. Any delivery person capable of flying and atmospheric entry could be a precious servant resource. Mecha Elite Mark II. Well, sure, I guess we have more than our share of people with pretty high mobility. No, I would just want to repair the singularity hay first, so I'm getting back to my room as soon as. Yeah, about that. Could I talk to you guys in private for a bit? What up? Based on everything she told us, I have a feeling she might actually be the core of this minute singularity. It's entirely possible that she didn't come to the singularity to look for employees, but rather that the only reason the singularity even exists is because they're coming here to look for employees to energize its remnants. Besides, sounds like they have an unusual causality about them. It's like they just naturally attract people trouble. Sam, what is it you're trying to say? This is only a fear of my part, but I have a feeling this minute singularity is directly tied to our goal in finding employees. That's probably why it exists in the first place. So, what I'm trying to say is that this minute singularity will probably not go away until our problem is resolved. Margie, really? At this point, I don't think it'll disappear even if she were to leave. So yeah, I think this is the only way to take care of it neatly, without any leftover distortions. Okay, we help you to look for your employees. I appreciate it, but before we can do that, we need to take care of all the deliveries that have piled up. It will not do to find my employees if the company goes under and they have no jobs to return to. That's really decent of you. You're a good company president, aren't you? I'm not the president, I'm the CEO. It stands for, well, I will tell you what it stands for some other time, and not anytime soon. At any rate, I can look for my employees while we make our deliveries. With luck, we may well end up finding them that way. And even if we don't, we could still find a lead that points us to the right direction. Good point. I'll make sure to collect as much information as I can. Now, before we finally start content, there's one last thing I need to take care of. I've got a bad feeling about this. Our Southbook company may still be a startup, but it's also one of the finest companies in the galaxy. So if you're going to be my first subcontractors, I need to make sure your performance is up to the snuff. Which means you need to first pass my training program / interview. And yet... And just so you know, delivery work is serious business. Every Amazon's delivery person needs to be ready to accept that kind of order at a moment's notice and deliver it to anywhere in the galaxy. And when lacking it either capability or mental fortitude to attend to complete this task. Well, die! For? The most important capability a delivery person needs is stamina. The second most important is also stamina. That goes for the third, fourth, and fifth capabilities as well. So I will personally test you to see whether you have what it takes to be a delivery person. If you cannot withstand my Morningstar, you will never be able to withstand an entire customer complaints. With that, let's the training program begin. Okay, liebe Leute, dann geht es wohl los. Und ich hoffe, verdammt, haben wir uns einen Anzug an, liebe Leute? Ich weiß nicht. Hätte ich das gewusst, hätte ich nochmal ein bisschen Gel auf die Haare getan, wenn wir heute einen neuen Job suchen. Aber okay, schauen wir mal, ob das hier so klappt. Wenn die Karte gut gelandet wie eh und je. Und da ist die Berserker auf Eldorado Amazon CEO. Und ich werde mir definitiv nicht bezwingen. Aha. Okay, das sind sehr viele Attacks. Das finde ich jetzt ehrlich gesagt gar nicht so cool. Aber who cares, liebe Leute. So, zack. So. Also. Machen wir den. Und den. Und den. Und noch mehr. I need more. So. Passt. Und jetzt geht die Party los mit einer guten Tamamo. Diese Attack-Ups stören mich gerade sehr. Die Attack-Ups stören mich mehr. Naja, auch nur relativ. Defense, Mann. Komm mal, der Kleines. So geht jetzt mit dem Mandicado, aber ich will eigentlich nur ein bisschen mit Mandicado Flex machen. Das ist übrigens die Grade, liebe Leute. MP5. Und macht krass viel Damage, Mann. 410.000. Wäre es natürlich noch geiler, wenn er crit hätte mit den Karten, aber trotzdem sehr schöner Schaden. Okay, passt. So, nächste Runde wird wieder Mandicado critted. Und, jetzt wäre es geil, wenn sie bis auf Mandicado... Ah, geil! Ich vergesse mal wieder, dass, weil wir ja die Fähigkeit hat, hier die Buffs wegzufallen. Greif den Mandicado an, Oh, bist du fies, Mann. Hättest du schon Mandicado angreifen können, wäre so geil gewesen. So. Oh, Fat MP Damage. Ah, verdammt, ich hätte Attack-Up noch machen müssen. Egal. Yay! 476.000. Oh, Junge, Mann. Greif doch Mandicado an. Greif doch einfach Mandicado an, Mann. Bitte. Ich flehe dich so an, Mann. Aber das machen sie aus Prinzip immer nicht. Das weiß ich schon. Egal, dann machen wir ja normal. Irgendwie Damage. Sehr schön, Credit. Alter! Wieso kannst du nicht einfach mal Mandicado angreifen, Mann? Ich will halt seine Fähigkeit aktivieren, Mann, aber es klappt halt uns Gott verreckt nicht. Schade. Weil ich glaube, die Runde endet am 5. nach 5 Runden. Das heißt, wir sind jetzt leider fertig. Schade. Fast den ersten Breakbar geklaut. Egal. Das war mal schön mit dem KDMP. Wir hatten auch echt schlechte Karten, weil wir die erstmal, ja, wie gesagt, wir hätten mal schön halt Arztkarten, Kombos gebraucht und Sterne, aber mein Gott. Passt. Naja, eigentlich ist ganz gut, liebe Leute. Meine Karte ist immer noch gelangweilt. Ist noch nicht richtig gefordert worden, also ich hoffe einfach mal, wir haben bestanden, liebe Leute. Wir haben zumindest unser Bestes gemacht. Nicht gut gekleidet, wie wir es eigentlich sonst immer sind, aber passt, oder? I'm exhausted. I don't blame you. I'm exhausted just from watching it. Good, yeah, good. You passed, indeed. I'm impressed that you are still able to stand after such a rigorous exam. I believe you said your company is Chaldea. Then welcome the Amazonas Chaldea, and you are officially our first subcontractor. And make sure your log is added to our website list of partner companies. So now what that's settled, what exactly is the job going on to entail? Why not? I know what you're thinking. I want to know if this collaboration will be win-win. Both of your companies, right? Not a problem. And Amazonas.com, our outsourcers are nothing less than an extension of our corporate body. Now that your definitive ink and our agreement is dry, you and I are practically family and comrades in arms. As such, I will ensure that your working environment is pristine, and I will match Amazonas.com's price ambitions workflow to match yours. Rest assured that these will be the best working conditions in the galaxy. Conditions that will empower all of you to do the job safely and secure, to enjoy doing them, and to enjoy the sense of fulfillment from them. Das hört sich so wie ein schlechtes Wahlversprechen an. Ich habe Angst, liebe Leute. Na denn, to begin with. I think I will make this building into my new Amazonas.com branch office, since no one appears to be using it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Ist das nicht dein Schloss? Wait, Nani? Ist das nicht irgendwie dein Schloss? Naja, jetzt nicht mehr. Jetzt nicht mehr. Oh, ich dachte, es kommt irgendwas Gutes. Okay, gut, dann nicht. Aber Leute, dann, so wie es aussieht, fangen wir jetzt mal mit der Arbeit, oder? Visit Permit Image Castle, now known as Amazonas.com Other Rim Pop-Up Shop. Ein Pop-Up Shop. Sehr süß, Mann. Naja. Es hätte noch höher gehen können. Ich frage mich übrigens, wie das Ganze hält, Leute. Irgendwann bricht unser ganze Halloween-Action auseinander. Aber this isn't the first time weird things happen around here. Schön zusammengefasst. That's for sure. I can see why you've gotten into the habit of praying whenever autumn rolls around. So that's why you always get the strangest sublime look of enlightenment on his face during Halloween season. There you are, good. Everything's now ready. And just to make double sure, did you really renovate the entire interior of that building in the short time since the last spoke? Yes, I did. Our technology arcanum has said constantly innovative to keep pace with the times, which made this task trivial. Now then, I would like to make a double sure of something as well. I believe you said there would be no issue with any right holders, correct? As I'm sure it goes without saying, we take IP rights very seriously. You will never find any pirated version of anything on Amazonas.com. Personally, I'm not sure how much right figures into a building in the singularity. But Aaron seemed like they might have some claim to them, namely Osaka Mime, Cleopatra and Elizabeth were all happy to give their way to help Master with the mission. What's going on with that? That's the funniest work of architect I've ever seen. Look at it, Lord Apollo. It's got buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings. And who are you? I'm just a good friendly neighborhood old man, and this is here's my little brother. We have to make sure everything goes smoothly. Hey you guys, you sure there isn't gonna be a problem? Right? There's a newly developed, the anti-Greek armament is working, right? When I hear that we are dealing with a certain CEO and that it's possible that quick affair might be same or even worse than the Amazon we know. Well, it's kind of freaking this old man out more than I might let on, you know? The sector empowers, they're here to help. Aber Leute, gegen die Griechen, ne, die brauchen wir nicht, liebe Leute. Die wollen wir nicht. Your team seemed vaguely familiar. That's right. I remember now. Huh? Aren't you the two Shining Helmet and little angelic devil of planet Troy? No, never mind. There's no way those two could be here now. You just happened to resemble them, or be from another season. Ah, that was way too close to comfort. I seriously thought my heart was gonna give out. Then, since this is our first meeting, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm the CEO of Amazonas.com. Here's my business card. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ah, yeah, same here. Sorry I don't forgot myself. I'm just not important enough to that sort of thing. Besides, I'm only here cause they thought it'd be a good idea to have someone who knows how to negotiate around. I told them there's a number of other servants who could talk circles around me, but they still insisted on me for some reason. Well, we're not trying to win these negotiations, which means that Professor Holmes, Caesar, and the other usual suspects wouldn't be a good fit. Caesar? Keine Ahnung wieso. I just want to make sure this be an environment we can reasonably help out in, and give it out a green and red light accordingly. Well, that, and I also thought having you around might help things go more smoothly. You know, in case we run into any trouble with our new business partner. I mean, I do get the CEO there isn't the same person as the one you guys know, but still. You know, that reminds me what is Chaldea Pentasailer doing right now. Well, and I'm just making more problems for future me to deal with, but I didn't want to running around Achel! Oh crap, this got the same hair trigger for this name on the other hand. Oh, you know, I was just saying we could make a killing from the collaboration if it goes off without a hit. But for that to happen, there's a certain queen we don't want accidentally running into either green-haired Jackfest or another version of herself. So I managed to convince her that this is the perfect season for working out indoors, and that she could actually double her gains if she never leaves her room. I'd imagine she's just probably taking the advice too hard. I'm working her absolutely right about now. I see, thank you for being so considerate. Don't worry about it, I just did what had to be done. So Monsieur, could we ask you to show us inside of the building? Well, little boy, who strongly resembles little angelic devil. You know, not that it really matters either way, but I kind of feel like you ought to pick one or the other. Come with me, I will start by showing you around Amazonas.com price bars. Europaletten, super, mehr nicht. Wow, I've never seen so much stuff in one place before. Woo! Alles nur leere Kartons und Paletten. Oh, look at that big brother. Yeah, the shelves are fast there, I can see. Well, this place is impressive. But try not to get worked up, Harris. We are not here to a field trip, you know? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, that's quite right. After all, this is the heart of the Amazonas. We don't just deliver goods, we also deliver dreams. It's perfectly understandable that children would jump for the joy up and seeing all the many varieties of dream we keep in stock. In fact, something would be very wrong if they didn't. Could I ask something? No matter what I run the numbers, I don't see any way this castle could be able to hold so much merchandise. It's probably those spatial distortion spells or some kind of technology we haven't discovered yet. I'm real curious about how they pulled this off too, but well, we never get anywhere if we stop to pick apart every next single thing. But man, I really do wanna know how they did this. Also, subcontractor, I'm happy to willing to cooperate with you in every regard, but I hope you can understand that we must reserve the right to keep some corporate matters trade secret. It's all about security and risk management. Now, as far as the work entails, when an order comes in, you will need to collect the product from the warehouse, pack them and ship them. You must take forever to find anything in a warehouse this massive. Not at all. As a matter of fact, every product area has been stocked completely at random. Our system uses barcodes to keep perfect track of every product location, thus eliminating the need to sort them. As a employer, all you need to do is go to a specific shelf and take the specific amount of product. This is the innovation open which stacked Amazonas.com features. A random store system. Oh, chaotische Lagerhaltung, das hört sich nicht gut an. I get it, it sounds like something even I could without messing up. When making deliveries, you will use Amazonas.com portals to replicate nearest the delivery area. But from there, it will generally be up each delivery person to determine the route to the customer. You will be free to walk, drive, or ride the sheep for all I care. All that matters is getting the order to the customer until the galactic traffic regulation be damned. If anyone does try to give you trouble or over a ostensibly traffic violation, just show them your Amazons.com employee bit and it will usually work out. This is exactly the sort of thing for which I pay so much exorbitant corporate tax. Besides, they know what will happen if they try to criticize an upstanding corporate citizen for exercising a God-given right to as a taxpayer. Zerstörung! Presumably what will happen is a morning star right to their heads, one with an extra plane for spikes. Well, feel free to choose their own method of transporting that makes things nice and simple. We've got a good number of servants who can drive and fly and stuff, and they're not even all riders. That being said, I urge you all to remain vigilant. The Amazonas.com portals may get you to most of the way there, but there's no telling what may await you on the remainder of your delivery route. You may run into an enormous man-eating beast or need to make your way through the forest of death. Other times you may land on a planet with an atmospheric pressure 1,000 times greater than your own, or a gas giant that is almost completely uninhabited. As I said, during your training, anyone who fails to take this job seriously will die. You may be a servant powerful enough to defeat 1,000 soldiers on your own. But without enough gratitude energy, you will find yourself utterly drained after but a single delivery. Which is where this comes in. Where comes what in? Amazonas.com isn't content to sit around waiting for the rest of the galaxy to agree on our workplace reforms. We are undergoing constant evolution in order to better facilitate synergistic employee satisfaction. As your first subcontractor, I will make a special exception and grant you access to these facilities as well. Besides, they won't do any other of my employees any good, what will all of them still missing. At any rate, forget employee welfare. What I'm about to show you is nothing less than employee paradise. Right this way. Okay, liebe Leute, bevor wir uns aber anschauen, was hier noch erwartet von unser CEO, mit dem uns hier erwartet, machen wir erstmal einen kleinen Cut und beim nächsten Mal geht's weiter mit Let's Play Fake und Order. Bis dahin, haut rein, auf Wiedersehen.